January 11th, 2026. While the world was busy watching the trade wars in the Atlantic and the conflicts in the Middle East, a statement was made in the deserts of Rajasthan that has effectively put the old world order on notice. This morning, Home Minister Amit Shah didn't just make a political speech, he laid down a timeline. He declared that India is on the verge of becoming the world's third largest economy, not in 10 years, not in 5 years, but by next year. Think about what that means. We are talking about overtaking Germany, the industrial engine of Europe, at a time when Europe itself is crumbling. But here is the catch, and this is what the mainstream media is missing. There is a silent variable, a specific economic weapon that India has deployed, which makes this overtake a mathematical inevitability. Most analysts are looking at manufacturing, but they are completely missing the real story. In this deep dive, I am going to reveal exactly what that silent variable is. We will analyze why Germany and Japan are collapsing and why 2027 will mark the beginning of the Indian era. If you hold an Indian passport or earn in rupees, you need to watch this video till the very end because the global hierarchy is about to change forever. Let's dive deep. First, let's look at the raw data coming out of Jaipur today. The Home Minister presented a report card that is hard to argue with. When the current administration took charge, India was languishing at the 11th position. We were a fragile 5 economy. We were behind countries like Italy, Brazil, and the United Kingdom. Fast forward to today, January 11th, 2026, India sits comfortably at the 4th position. We have left our former colonizers, the British, far behind in the dust. We have overtaken France, and recently, data suggests we are neck and neck with Japan. But the target now is Germany. Germany's GDP is hovering around the $4.5 trillion mark, but it is stagnant. India is racing towards that number at 7% growth. The Home Minister's statement of next year implies that by fiscal year 2027, the crossover will happen. Why is this significant? Because for the last 50 years, the top 3 economies have always been the US, China, and Japan or Germany. An Asian power from the global south entering this elite club changes the geopolitical gravity of the planet. It means India is no longer a swing state, India becomes a pole. To understand India's rise, you have to understand the collapse of its competitors. This isn't just about India winning, it's about the West losing its edge. Let's talk about Germany first. They are being called the sick man of Europe again. Why? Because the German economic miracle was built on 2 things: cheap Russian gas and unlimited exports to China. Both are gone. Since the Ukraine conflict and the Nord Stream pipeline issues, German energy costs have skyrocketed. Industries like chemicals, steel, and automobiles are becoming unviable in Germany. Major companies, names like Volkswagen and BASF, are looking to shift production out. And guess where they are looking? India. Now, look at Japan. Japan is fighting a war it cannot win. Demographics. Their population is shrinking. They are selling more adult diapers than baby diapers. A shrinking workforce means a shrinking GDP. It is simple math. Japan is entering a phase of permanent stagnation. In contrast, look at India. We have the largest working age population in human history. While Germany and Japan are closing factories due to a lack of workers, India is opening them. This demographic dividend is the engine that the West simply does not have. Now remember the silent variable I mentioned in the beginning, the one thing that guarantees this overtake. It is domestic consumption. You see, Germany and Japan are export dependent. If the US enters a recession, which looks likely, Germany suffers because Americans stop buying German cars. If China slows down, Japan suffers. They are vulnerable to the world. India is different. India is a continent disguised as a country. We have 1.4 billion people who are hungry for growth. Look at the data from the last quarter. Even as global trade slowed down, Indian household spending surged. Indians are buying homes, cars, travel tickets and data. This internal demand insulates India. We don't need the world to buy our goods to survive. Our own people are buying them. This resilience is what allows Amit Shah to stand on a stage and predict growth even when the rest of the world is burning. This is what Western rating agencies failed to calculate. They looked at export charts, but they missed the revolution happening in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of India. So, India becomes the third largest economy. Big deal, right? How does it affect you? It changes everything regarding your safety and your passport's power. First, hard power. A $5 trillion economy can fund a military that no one dares to touch. We are seeing this with the rapid modernization of the defense forces and the Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense manufacturing. Second, energy security. When you are the third consumer, oil producers like Saudi Arabia and Russia prioritize you. You dictate the price, not them. Third, global voice. The push for a permanent seat at the UNSC gets a turbo boost. You cannot keep the world's third largest economy and largest democracy out of the decision-making room. The world is realizing that the path to prosperity no longer goes through London or Berlin. It goes through New Delhi. We are seeing this with the influx of global capability centers in India. The jobs are moving here. The capital is moving here. The statement made in Jaipur today is not political rhetoric, it is a signal. The timeline has been set. By next year, the economic map of the world will be redrawn. Germany had its time. Japan had its time. The cycle of history is turning and the needle is pointing towards India. But this growth comes with challenges: oil prices, border tensions, and the need for skill development. Can we sustain this momentum? The data says yes, the demographics says yes, and the geopolitical reality says yes. The question is not whether India will become the third superpower. The question is, are you ready for the opportunities that come with it? I want to know your thoughts. Do you think we'll cross Germany before 2027, or will global hurdles slow us down? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more unfiltered geopolitical deep dives.